Hey there.
Hello there. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Very, very well. So do I just like jump right into it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's jump
Okay.
in. Welcome to HowlOSCREAM.
Thank you. I feel like I'm actually there.
Yeah, we're actually coming at you live from one of our new scare zones. This is one of our new open air scare zones. It's the Junkyard. I figured this is a great place to hold an interview, right?
Oh my gosh. I wish you would tilt the camera so I can see the whole thing.
I'm going to make you sweat it out. You have to come to the event itself.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming twice already.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll jump right into it.
Yep.
All right. So we are here with John Prast, the show manager of HowlOSCREAM 2020. Can you explain who you are and what your role is at HowlOSCREAM 2020?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's John Prast. I work with the creative team that brings you HowlOSCREAM each year. And a lot of what we do is it's everything from the creative development to the execution of the event itself, our performers, our casting, all that fun stuff. Really bringing all the elements together that can make you scream and terror at the event and bring it to life.
Oh, that's amazing. All right. So with today's restrictions going on with like social distancing, what are the biggest changes you've made to this year's HowlOSCREAM, and how do you think this will affect the overall guest experience?
So, what's really great about Busch Gardens itself is that we've already got a strict process in place for our daytime operations of Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. So we took that already great process and we just took it to a whole different level for HowlOSCREAM itself. So what we really wanted to do is make sure that there was a safe experience for our guests, but also a safe experience for our scare actors that bring the experience. So what we did is there will be a requirement that all performers will wear protective face coverings. All guests will be required to wear protective face coverings. We'll have a limited capacity to the event, so we do recommend you do go to HowlOSCREAM.com. Make sure you book that reservation. Book it early so you can get into the event itself because they do sell out pretty quickly. And then we've got a whole other laundry list of various safety measures in place. For example, we've increased safety barriers between our performers and guests. So there's physical barriers that prevent our guests and performers from coming in contact with each other. We've got really cool scare zones that come at you this year. There's some one-way directions. That way you can prevent getting in contact with other guests and really enjoy and amp up the experience that HowlOSCREAM has to offer.
Amazing. Well, that answers one of my other questions. I'll cancel that one. So now this year's subtitle for HowlOSCREAM is "The Fear is in Your Eyes." What can you tell us about the overall theme for this year's event?
So obviously with HowlOSCREAM going on during 2020, we've had to make some changes. And part of those safety changes that we made is everyone's required to wear a mask. That's kind of part of our everyday life here in Tampa and during this whole pandemic. And, what's better during this event to see how you get scared is seeing that fear in your eyes when you encounter one of our many creatures that lurk throughout the 335 acres of HowlOSCREAM itself. So we can truly see the fear in your eyes when you come throughout the event.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited right now. Okay, so according to the website, you have 4 new scare zones for this year. You have the Lichen Landing, the Shortcut, the Junkyard, where you are, the Escape. What was the inspiration for these scare zones, and how would they be different than your staple scare zones like Little Nightmare or Hell on Wheels?
So what we wanted to do is, in talking about our staple scare zones, we take the feedback of our guests really seriously. So what we wanted to do is bring back the experience that our guests really enjoy. So that's why you'll see a lot of those returning scare zones out and about throughout HowlOSCREAM. However, we wanted to make sure we amped up the experience for 2020. So like you'll see with Lichen Landing or Shortcut or especially Junkyard, you're going to see a whole different experience. And I think one of my favorite scare zones that we've set up for this year is going to be the Junkyard, where I'm at right now. So not only are you going to be wandering around in this dilapidated junkyard where there's creatures hiding everywhere you go, what you're really going to see is, especially if you're a fan of the event itself, you're going to see various Easter eggs of HowlOSCREAM's past. So you'll see Easter eggs from some of our haunted houses, some of our older scare zones, and really kind of get a little bit of a taste of what we used to have throughout the event itself.
Speaking of Easter eggs, I think I see one behind you right now.
No, I'm alone out here, so I've heard some noises and some weird things rustling around. So I hope there's nothing out there.
I'll send help to you.
Please do.
All right. So what can you tell us about the Fiends Show for this year? And for the people who don't know what the Fiends Show is, can you summarize the premise of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's really cool about Fiends, it's It's a comedy show that's very Halloween oriented. It's Dr. Freakenstein and his castle, and it really plays off a lot of pop culture out there. So, you know, very fun, very satirical, and a lot of goofiness. We push the line quite a bit, but that's really in a fun way. And if you've seen Fiends, it normally takes place in the Stanleyville Theater. But in order to bring another safe experience to our guests, we brought Fiends out to Festival Field. So it'll be an outdoor open air Fiends this year. And of course, our theme is, of course, quarantine.
I love it. All right. So I don't know if you can answer this one, but I'm going to ask you anyways. What will be some of the hot merchandise this year for HowlOSCREAM collectors? And are there any Halloween-specific foods that will be available this year?
So what's really cool is actually, I had it myself. We've got our protective face coverings.
Oh, there you go.
HowlOSCREAM has got some really cool face coverings that we're highlighting this year. Make sure you come into the park. Make sure you check us out online. You can see a lot more of those options. But you'll have to come check it out. I'm going to hold those as a surprise for you. But what's really cool about our food offerings this year is that Beer Fest will also be going on at the same time as HowlOSCREAM. So not only do we have the awesomeness that HowlOSCREAM has to give you, not only can you ride the roller coasters in the dark, but we've given you a little taste of Beer Fest so you can enjoy those offerings as well throughout the event.
That's amazing. I had no idea. Will there be t-shirts available?
There will be t-shirts.
Yes. Here's another question. I don't know if you can answer this one either. But it says, I'm assuming HowlOSCREAM had already pre-built some of the houses this year, which you're not going to have. Were there any new houses planned for this year? And can you tell us anything about it? And do you plan to keep them for next year's event?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you sweat it out till next year. I'm not going to give you no secrets. You're going to have to come out and see us again. But what I will tell you is that we work on HowlOSCREAM year-round at Busch Gardens. You know, we work really hard to create that wonderful guest experience. So we did already start working on a lot of what we planned for HowlOSCREAM. And obviously we had to make some changes to make sure that we had a safe and yet impactful event for the year. So we did make some changes. And I'm sure when you come back next year that you're going to see something brand new and exciting, just like we're bringing to you this year.
That's amazing. So you pretty much answered all my questions. Is there anything you want to add to this interview to complete it?
No, I'd say the big thing is make sure you go to HowlOSCREAM.com. That's where you can get your reservations. That's where you can get a lot more information about the event. That's where you can purchase your quick queue for the roller coasters. And don't forget that we open September 25th. We're open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through November 1st. So make sure you come check us out and have a great time.
I'm coming twice already. Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you. And I want to try to see what's going on with this guy back here. He's not part of our HowlOSCREAM team, so I got to watch out for that guy.
You might be in trouble, my friend. I'm going to call somebody for you.